Hi everybody, welcome to Top Tips. So fins, the first little tip is never call them flippers, you'll get told off for that. But fins help us of course move around in the water, but they're not as simple as just a large pair of clown shoes. Let's dive straight in. When you're surface swimming, splashing your fins out of the water is just wasting energy and drawing attention to yourself. So keep your fins under the water and you'll be much more efficient. Surface swim on your back with your feet down under the water, that's going to be the most efficient. For pure power, you can actually swim on your side when you're on the surface. Your fins stay under the water, both of them, and you get the most power out of your fins. You can use your fins to swim backwards, particularly useful in tight spaces so you don't have to flail your hands around to stop yourself from bumping into things. Extend your legs backwards and then flail your fins outwards, and then use the top side of your fins to kind of catch the water, and then when you bend your legs you're kind of pulling yourself backwards in the water. It takes a bit of practice, but once you get it down you're going to be a much better diver for it. If you can, always use a pair of fins with spring heel straps or fins that can have them fitted. Rubber fin straps with ratchet buckles, they're just a pain when you're kitting up, and when you have to tighten them they're just not that easy. Or when you're actually on the dive itself, you then have to tighten them as your wetsuit boot compresses, and then of course you have to loosen them after the dive as well. Whereas spring heel straps, they can just be slipped on and off with one hand. They automatically tighten themselves as your boot compresses and you don't have to faff around with them. They are definitely worth the upgrade. You shouldn't really walk around too much in fins. They're not really made for walking. If you do have to, try and walk backwards or sideways if you do. Forwards can damage your fins or trip you up, which can be very hazardous. A lot of fins are actually angled downwards for efficiency, but if you're walking around, that can actually bend that fin upwards, or the tip, because it's scraping along the deck of the boat, it can catch on something. The worst thing that you can do is catch the tip and then step over it and then fold over onto the fins, and then you stand on it and that's just going to break your fins. Most fin size charts are made so that they fit when you're wearing 5mm boots. If you dive dry suit boots, you probably want to go up a single size. The same for full foot fins. They're typically sized for bare feet in the size chart. If you're ever between the sizes on a size chart, it's usually better to go up a size instead of down. Fins that are too tight can be a real literal pain to put on and take off. Too big, you might have a little bit of wiggle, but just wear a pair of socks or something to pad them out underneath and to help stop from rubbing as well. It's usually easier to take your fins off as you're getting out of the water. If you take them off in the water before you get to the ladder, you're not going to have any propulsion to actually get to that ladder. After you've climbed up, and then you have to kind of shuffle around onto a bench, so it's actually better to take your fins off when you're attached onto that ladder. Grab a hold of it, climb out a little bit so you have your body weight on that ladder, and then take your fins off there. Loop the strap over your arms so that you can then continue to climb up with your fins dangling from your arms. You can still climb up the ladder, you still have full use of your hands, and your fins are close to hand if you do fall back into the water. Some fins have different stiffnesses of materials. This comes from freediving fins. You get soft blades, stiff or hard blades, and a medium stiffness as well. It all depends on how much the blade bends. A soft blade is quite good for relaxed diving. They move you through the water with minimal effort. Stiff blades are more for pure power and training as well. They'll push you through the water really quickly, but it'll give your legs a really good workout. Medium blades are somewhere in the middle, obviously. Most fins are a soft to medium stiffness for recreational diving, but on some models they'll be quite stiff for some really hard work, but we usually recommend a medium stiffness. The foot pocket of your open heel fins are a really handy place to keep your mask in a pinch. Masks can often fit inside of a foot pocket of your fin, so when you're transitioning, say out of a rib, and you need a safe place to keep your mask but you don't want it around your neck or literally holding onto it, the foot pocket is a great place just to stow your mask for a short period. Okay, so that was top tips. If you have any top tips that you've come across in your diving career, let us know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching everybody, and of course, safe diving.